You're going out there to destroy them, right? Not to study, but to wipe them out.
That's the plan.
All right, I'm in.
Ellen Ripley, the lone survivor of the alien attack aboard the Nostromo, is awakened from her hypersleep. She was in a peaceful slumber for 57 years. After the events of the first movie, Ripley is haunted by her experience. Nightmares, panic attacks, and an overall nervousness. She was stripped of rank and forced to work in the loading docks doing menial chores and punching a clock for the company. She was shelved and forgotten. All she did was tell the company that the threat was real. The company comes back with a hollow argument of, well, we have people on the planet where you say you found these aliens and no one there has been attacked, is thrown at her, and she is dismissed as having cried wolf. Ripley's suffering was invalidated by the company. The trauma she endured was written off as false or as delusion, sending her into isolation to face the results of this trauma alone. After the loss of contact on the colony world LV-426, Ripley is recruited by a company man named Burke. He wants her to assist the mission to find the missing colonists. Ripley reluctantly joins the mission, carrying her own agenda. As it is with any well-written character, Ripley has foibles beyond her internal fear. She is prejudiced toward Bishop, the synthetic life form. She doesn't hold Bishop to the same level as the aliens, but views this android as an unstable element in the mission. She wants nothing to do with him and makes it clear that he should keep his distance. It sets up a nice way for us to be on Ripley's side and be with her on her journey. Ripley doesn't trust Bishop, so we don't trust Bishop. She even keeps the colonial Marines at arm's length at first, placing herself away from them at dinners. As the Marines go further into the colony, we are taken through this ghost town with the Marines and with Ripley, who is watching them. Ripley has a minimum safe distance on the danger, and this perimeter will continue to shrink as the movie goes on. The conflicts become tightened, and a precise writer-director like Cameron knows how to draw these conflicts inward until they merge. Take the scene where the platoon is wiped out by the aliens. Gorman thinks he's being practical by having everyone give up their ammo. Ripley warns Gorman again and again that the platoon is in grave danger, and once again she is being dismissed by authority as overplaying the importance of the threat. As the soldiers drop like flies, Ripley takes control of the APC and barrels it right down on top of the aliens. She gets the soldiers, hits the gas, and doesn't stop until her hands are pried off the wheel. Ripley may have taken the reins, but she went in on impulse, without a plan or a clear way to escape, a lesson she will not forget when the stakes are higher. Ripley's discovery of Newt supplies us with another layer to Ripley's character. Ripley is also a mother. Her daughter is dead, but that does not mean she stops being a mother. From the moment the team hits the ground, Ripley is alert, sees a bigger picture, and takes risks to protect those around her. It is instinctual. It coalesces in finding the sole survivor of a bigger version of Ripley's trauma. Newt is obviously a very smart girl, succeeding academically, and feeling as though she had an overall happy childhood, until monsters came and ate her family. Newt is traumatized from her experience just like Ripley. Newt even sleeps under her bed so she can hear whoever may be approaching, or maybe it's to let the monsters know that this space is occupied, go find another one. And Newt is a superb representation of Ripley's internal conflict. Newt stands in for what lies deep within Ripley, a traumatized, frightened little girl that is also resilient and is a survivor. Contrast. Cameron succeeds in this second film at playing not just to our fears, but our childhood fears, those intense white-knuckle sensations that a ghost really does live in your room. Everyone is scared of the boogeyman. Ripley's transition from victim to victor occurs gradually, but it is not until the final act that she becomes fully proactive in her fight. Her motivation is saving Newt. She takes the express elevator to hell. After rescuing the girl, Ripley finds herself face to face with the root cause of all her trouble. The standoff is one of equality. On the one side, you have a mother protecting her young. On the other side, you have the exact same thing. A very pissed off Queen chases Ripley to the platform where Ripley believes she has been abandoned by Bishop. The ground is falling out from under her, and the Queen is bearing down. Docility envelops Ripley as she accepts her fate. She cradles Newt and tells her to close her eyes. Cameron has a knack for pulling the rug out from under the audience without duping them or making them feel cheated. When the ship rises and rescues Ripley, an exhalation can be felt collectively. They return to the ship and begin to disembark from orbit. They dock with the Sulaco, and Ripley offers praise to Bishop. He came through for her, despite everything Ripley had thrown his way, all the mistrust that she and the audience had felt. We've come to not only trust Bishop, but also treasure him a little. He did not abandon Ripley, he did not dismiss her, and he has earned our trust. It's the perfect time to pull the rug out from under the audience. When the alien queen tears Bishop in half, you can instantly tell it was personal on the part of the queen. It was mostly business up to this point. The queen was doing what she could to survive. But now things have changed. She is going to do to Ripley what Ripley did to her. Take away the things she cares about, one at a time. Ripley's reveal in the mech suit might qualify as one of the greatest fuck yeah moments in movie history. What follows is a brawl that measures up to Rocky IV. The Queen wants Ripley to suffer. The two trade blows, and eventually Ripley takes the Queen and shows her the door. The mech suit is Ripley's greater strength, manifested in a big, loud, clunky metal punching machine. Ripley has been reborn, armor and all. We have reached the pinnacle. Whatever happens from here until the end is completely earned. It doesn't matter how silly it is. It doesn't matter that the vacuum of space would tear Ripley's arm from the socket. What matters is that we are so invested by this point. We are so satisfied. We are so satisfied. Cameron is so good at investing us in our lead that Ripley's not the one fighting the Queen, we are. Newt emerges from hiding and calls Ripley Mommy. Their transitions are complete. No one is around to invalidate or to dismiss. They know what they went through was real. They can both sleep soundly. Aliens holds up 3 decades later, and there's a reason. It's the journey. We may not be able to relate to blasting away aliens, but we all know how to overcome our fears and push ourselves. Ripley's change comes from her. Everyone is a Ripley, just like everyone is a Sarah, or a Brody, or a Rocky. Great characters are just great characters, and Aliens has its helping. No stone is left unturned in a James Cameron movie. Even with the films of his that I'm not a huge fan of, the level of detail is always pristine. The greater lesson of Aliens is to never stop fighting. You don't just stand up once, you have to keep standing up.